everybody. Today is the 15th of December 2023, day 4 of the cut. So cut's going pretty well so far. I'm dropping water weight pretty fast, which is as expected, but again, it's just water weight, so not really going to see too much of a difference yet on how I'm looking. But on the agenda today, we got back, and then we're going to finish out the workout with a little bit of cardio. A lot of people like to split their cardio up in the morning, and then they'll train at night or the afternoon, whatever. They just like to split it up. But I don't think that works out too much for my schedule. I don't really like to go to the gym twice. Even though I have the gym in my garage, I have a lot of stuff to do on a daily basis. I have one 1-year-old, and I have another one on the way. So my wife is almost about to pop. She has trouble doing a lot of stuff around the house. So I like to condense both my cardio and my training into one session and just do my cardio at the end, right? But yeah, just wanted to start this video off with a little supplement stack. So in this, we just got the GNC Mega Min multivitamin, the daily multivitamin, then 1,000 milligrams of fish oil, some turmeric with ginger, and some ashwagandha. So we're going to get this down, and then we're going to build the intro workout drink. Okie dokie. I don't know why I have this out. It's protein. I don't need this. So this cluster bomb, it's early in the morning. I don't feel very hungry yet, so I'm not going to eat. So I'm going to train fasted. Not too terribly worried about it. On back, at least right now, I'm leaning closer towards minimum effective volume for my lifts. So I'm training hard, but I'm not training so hard that I feel like, training fasted in this context would limit my lift. But reason I'm taking this cluster bomb, 25 milligrams of carbohydrates per scoop, and it's about 100 calories per scoop as well. So there's about 200 calories in there. And then Canteen, this is a hydration and electrolyte supplement. So 32 ounces of water in this. I'm going to go with about a scoop and a half of Canteen. And this is just to keep me hydrated throughout my workout. So that was a little bit more than a scoop and a half, but whatever. And then just some creatine. I like to put all this together and just drink it mid-workout because I have a big problem with not taking my creatine when I'm supposed to. And I just basically don't end up taking it for long periods of time. And is this the right lid? Please be. Okay, yeah. I got this in one of those Ninja blender cups with just a blender bottle, like shaker ball thing in there. Yeah. All right. So now that we got this mixed up, we're going to go and get the pre mixed up. So for the pre, doing a double stack, doing 1 scoop of the Total War flavor, Freedom Punch flavor. So 1 scoop of that, and I accidentally goofed and totally threw my scoop away. However, these are both the same size scoop, so 1 scoop of Total War in. Let me throw some water in here. All right, yeah, 1 scoop of Total War in. And then this is the Superhuman Pump in the Peach Pump flavor from Alpha Lion. And we're going to do 2 scoops of this. And I like, so Total War or Redcon 1 products, in my opinion, are some of the best on the market. They've never done me wrong. I always seem to have like good training sessions, good results from using them. But also Alpha Lion. I'm not sponsored by either company, by the way, even though I'm wearing Redcon 1 hoodie. Um, Alpha Lion, also, though very expensive, they make some really good supplements, in my opinion, especially the pumps. Um, their pre workout that's non stem, it is great. It's got beta alanine in it. And for me, at least, other than the, like scientific reasons why you need different things in your pre workout, like you got your shit, you got L-citrulline. That's obviously for a pump as well. And then there's other things in here like organic lion's mane, alpha size, whatever that is, not sure. And then you have niacin, sodium, potassium, magnesium, stuff like that. I feel like I could do without a lot of that stuff, and I could just like have a pre-workout that had, I don't know, 150 to 200 milligrams of caffeine, some citrulline, and beta alanine. If I can get all three of those in a pre-workout, then that for me, I feel like that's really all I need. Because I love the tingle of the beta alanine, which a lot of people don't. A lot of people are like, oh, it can be kind of annoying, and I can see how definitely that you could take that from beta alanine. But for me, like that whole like full body tingle, that itch, like really gets me ready for the gym. They also both mix really well. Excuse me. I didn't have one of the shaker balls in there, and I just shook it around for a minute and mixed up just fine, no clumps. Anyway, I'm gonna give it about 10 minutes, let this stuff kick in, 10-15 minutes. Go outside and warm up my back and get ready for the first set of. I'm gonna start with lat pull downs. But yeah, I'll see you guys then. Okay, so unfortunately, we are still definitely running into the technical difficulty problems. I recorded my entire lat pull down, like I guess like all my sets, and the mic wasn't on, so there's no audio for any of that, which sucks because now I have to kind of like redo what I was talking about. I'll do one more set of lat pull downs just for the sake of doing them. Anyway, what I was talking about during that little video clip is basically full range of motion, right? When you're doing any movement, really, or at least most movements, some movements are conducive to like not using a full range of motion, but those are very few and far in between, right? Lat pull downs, for example, when I'm doing these, I like to really try to reach up, push my hands to the ceiling on the eccentric, and on the concentric, I'm really pulling down as hard as I can, trying to get a nice contraction. But that deep stretch, right? It's more conducive to hypertrophy, right? Stretching the muscle out and then getting it to a full contraction. Better for hypertrophy. And at the same time, you can reduce the amount of systemic fatigue you're putting on your body, right? So for example, I'm actually going to lower the weight, seeing as I'm just doing this set for an example, because I went really hard in the last few sets. But you don't have to use as much weight, right? So when you're doing lat pull downs, rows, stuff like that, you can use a lower weight and really focus on the stretch you're getting on the muscle, focus on full range of motion, focus on your contraction, and focus on, say, like negatives, right? So if you're doing a 2-second negative and a 1-second positive, you're putting your body under a lot of like time under tension, basically. You're increasing the length of the set while not necessarily increasing the amount of reps. You're just kind of lengthening the amount of time your body is under load. So time under tension, full range of motion, getting a deep stretch is really what you want to focus on every movement you're doing, right? Your sets should last somewhere between 30 to 45 seconds, right? So that means if you're doing, 10 reps, make those 10 reps last at least 30 seconds. So however long you got to, do your eccentric and your concentric, whatever, I'm not doing the math, but just make those sets last a while, even if you're doing the lower end of the rep range. And you're definitely going to notice a change in not only how sore you get, because I get super sore from doing stuff like this, but also the gains you're making. And if you're plateaued or anything like that, then I can almost guarantee that as long as you got those three things handled, time under tension, um, getting a full range of motion, and making your sets last, or time under tension and making your sets last 30 to 45 seconds are essentially the same thing. But yeah, time under tension and definitely doing a full range of motion, as well as having your nutrition locked in. I definitely think you could break through these plateaus that you have. You just got to change your training up every now and then you'll be able to see those gains start coming back in. Yeah, we're gonna hit this last set, try to push it all the way to failure, and we'll move on to a rowing movement. So this is a setup I have in place for seated cable rows. Basically just throw a tire right here and put my bench behind it so I can get myself some length away from the actual cable stack, and then basically just use this as like a footrest, push myself back, do my cable rows from here, and definitely not ideal, but it works for me fairly well. Still definitely, I don't think there's any hindrance I have while I'm doing the movement like this, as opposed to being in a gym. It's basically the same movement pattern. Everything's the same about it. It's just a little bit of a wonky setup. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and start this. Probably gonna do 2 to 3 sets here, and then finish up with some rear delt flies, and then that's gonna be back. Move on to some cardio at that point. Shit. Up the weight. Do the same thing 2 more times. May end up adding a couple more movements in for back. I think I might do maybe a dumbbell row or a single arm lat pullover. Those are pretty good as well. Probably end up adding at least one of those in. Not sure which one. Oh yeah, I hope everybody is enjoying the holidays. If you don't celebrate any holidays during this time of year, hopefully at least you're getting to spend some time with your family. Um, but yeah, uh, happy holidays to everybody. Hope you guys enjoy your Christmases, Hanukkah, or whatever religious celebration you may be doing. But yeah, I'd say we're about ready to go ahead and hit this next set. So let's do it. Two more. All right, so just for a second to touch on training frequency. So I'm currently doing a push-pull legs. Push-pull legs, doing push-pull legs, arms, rest, push-pull legs, arms. So 4-day split, and then a rest day in between them. And it's going pretty good for me, especially on the cut. I don't feel like it's too much volume. Definitely, like I said earlier, I'm scaling certain training days back a bit. Legs, not scaling back. Arms, I'm scaling back just a little bit, leaning a little bit closer to minimum effective volume. So hitting somewhere between 10 to 12 sets for arms per week, 10 to 12 sets per back per week. So this next set will be my 6th set. So that means on my next back day, then I'm only going to be hitting, 4 or 5 sets. I could do, as many as 6 sets on my next back day. But like I was saying, 4-day split, back and arms are getting basically minimum effective volume, while legs, chest, shoulders are staying where they need to be, closer to 15 to 18 sets per week. And that's just because I don't really, to be completely honest, that's just how I want to do it. That is just how I want to do it. I don't enjoy training back as much as I do training other muscle groups. And I feel like my arms are fairly overdeveloped compared to the rest of my frame. So I'm not trying to do too much with those. Once I start the bulk back up, then I'll definitely be, trying to get bigger arms, bigger back, all that stuff. But that's a few months away, and not really too focused on that right now. Just trying to focus to being where I need to be in the cut. I said in a previous video, in the last video actually, I'm trying to get from like somewhere between 195 to 200, and I'm just going to be happy with whatever body fat percentage that range puts me in. And then I'm going to start a maintenance phase, and then I'll pick back up on the bulk whenever I see fit, or whenever basically I have the allotted time to be able to put aside for all the extra calories and longer training sessions, things like that. But yeah, we got one more set of this to do, so let's go ahead and get it in. We'll do 2 sets. Actually, don't quote me on that. We're going to do at least 1 set of single arm lat pullovers, and then from there we'll do some rear delts and then call it. Oh, fuck. Whew. Whew. All right. Let's get set up for these pullovers. All right, guys. Mike died again. It is so frustrating. Trying to make good content, and the equipment I have is not working for me. Like I think I said plenty of times, trying to get a new mic, but it's just not happening right now. Anyway, I was talking about intra-workout carbs. In a bulking context, intra-workout carbs are really good because they're going to help you fuel your workout, and that's 200 calories that you don't have to eat, right? If you're somebody who has trouble eating a lot of food, then, drinking your calories could be a way. I wouldn't drink all my calories, but definitely drinking your calories could be a way to top off that extra 200 to 300 calories you need to go over your maintenance your maintenance calories. However, in a cutting context, a lot of people don't like to drink their calories. Reason being is because, that's 200 plus or however many calories. Those are calories that you can't eat uh, throughout the day. So this fast acting carbs are exactly that. They're fast acting, which means they're going to metabolize fast, they're going to get digested fast, and they're going to go straight to my muscles, whatever, straight to my body to convert it to energy to use. So this isn't going to fill me up at all, but I'm fasted and I'm at the beginning of my cut. I'm not really too concerned. I have a lot of work to do today, right? So that's all dependent as well. I have a lot of physical labor to do today. I got to do some yard work, and I got to do some more cleaning and remodeling of the garage. So that's going to burn a lot of calories, a lot of heavy stuff I have to move. And, I'm probably going to be, after all my calories get calculated, I'm probably still going to have to eat quite a bit in order to, not undereat well below my maintenance calories, or not below my maintenance calories, but how many calories I will more than likely burn today. So for me, it's not too bad to drink 200 calories or 50 grams of carbs in here. But for other people, contest prep, I've personally never done a contest prep, but I would almost guarantee, somebody, in the late weeks of contest prep, more than likely would not want to drink any calories at all and would just rather eat that just so they're satiated and not, feeling hungry later on and possibly, binge eating and stuff like that. But yeah, I just want to talk about that real quick. Again, sorry about the mic. So this sound quality is going to be completely different. But I'm going to clip a no sound. All right, so this clip didn't have any audio, but basically when you're doing lat pullovers, you just want to make sure you're getting a nice deep stretch at the top, and then as you're coming down, you can lean up a little bit more, and so you can finish the rep. But if you don't have to, then you don't need to actually like lean up. Just make sure you're driving your elbows down and back. As you can see, I stopped at about 6 reps right here. Basically, the weight was too heavy, so I ended up dropping the weight by 20 pounds and hitting another 5 reps. And at this point, my lats were toast. Like, just getting the other 5 were really hard. But it was a great lat finisher. And then after that, let's just move on to some posing. We're going to go ahead and finish off with a couple of back poses and then fucking get this cardio in. Ooh,